several different ways you can do this, but in order to do ours, we're going to be doing the ARP, forging an ARP packet. So we'll do packet forge again, and -0. And it's going to ask us for different things. I'll show you here. It wants our BSS ID, which we have. And so you'll type that in. Oh, I forgot to put it. Make sure you have the -A flag, because it wants to know what the address is that it will be building it for. And then also after that you'll do -A, and this says which host is it coming from. Now generally this doesn't matter, so what you can do is type in 0011223344 and 55. The only case where this would matter is if the router has MAC address filtering on it, and what you can do is actually spoof your address to look like someone that's already authenticated with the server or the access point. And what that will do is say, okay, I'm from this person, so allow this to happen. Otherwise, the router would just simply deny everything and ignore your requests, and nothing would ever happen. But I will cover that in another tutorial some other time if I have enough feedback. And also we want to follow this with -L, and then 255, 255, 255, 255, and then K with the same thing. So -K, then 255, 255, 255.255. And this is just basically source and destination ports on the network. And this will pretty much amount to nothing again in our case. It can be useful, but it probably won't in our case. And so I'm going to show you how much further we have to go. And like earlier, we had the fragment file that we generated, which is right here. So I'm actually going to copy this, type all of it in. I just scrolled up, and it says please specify Azure or IVS file with -Y. So I'm going to do -Y, and then I'm going to insert that file name, and there it is. And what we will be doing after that is simply putting the output files as it says here, and I usually just name it RB because it's an ARP packet and it's easy to remember, and it's very easy for me to just remember in my head, and it'll be pretty fast to put in. And so it's done writing the packet. It's very fast. It's just about instant. So we've got almost everything we need now to perform this attack. So what we're going to do is use error replay again, and this time we'll be using a standard ARP request replay. And so we're going to do -3, and instead of specifying where we want to attack from, we're going to actually say we want to use a file. And so we're going to do -R and RB, like the file that we just built. And again, we'll put -0 for the interface to use. Oh, and make sure you have the -A, I think it is, and the address of your access point. And again, make sure you are only doing this on your own network, because it is illegal if you are doing it to someone else's. This is simply a tutorial to teach you how easy it is and why you need to use better encryption. Oh, it's -B, my bad. Okay. As you can see here, it is going through the attack and starting with the replay. And the important part here is the data right in the arrow dump console. You can see it's at 10,000 right now, and we're using a 140-bit WEP key, which basically is a higher strength. And most people recommend waiting for around 70 to 100,000 data packets, which is currently only at 17,000. I've actually cracked them in as little as 20,000, but for the purpose of this tutorial, I will wait until we get to 50,000, and at that point we will come back and crack the password. Until then, I'll be right back, and you'll be joining me shortly as soon as this is done. Alright, you can see here that we now have 54,000 packets, and so this should crack in just about maybe 5 seconds now. And so what we're going to do here is actually open up a new terminal window, just continue to run, and we're going to type in error crack, and I just tabbed it out again. So you can press enter, and it gives you all these options, but generally you will never need to use these. So you type in error crack, and you'll be using the file that you used in the arrow dump, which we named Fusion in my case. And so I'm going to start typing it out. It's going to give me a list, and I've actually cracked this many times before, so I have a list. And my most recent one was 6. As you can see, it adds a dash and then 2 numbers, 0, 1, and 0, 2, and it will just ascend with every time you use that name. And so my last one was obviously 6, and then you'll type in .ivs. So you can see it's aircrack-ng space fusion-06.ivs and press enter. And it has 83, and it's gonna, oh, see, already done. And so this, again, the purpose of this tutorial was to show you just how easy it is to crack a wireless network encrypted with a WEP password. And so all I would have to do if I had a miscellaneous attempt, I could easily just take this hex password found right here, and I'll take out all these colons right here, and that would be our password. Like I said, never use this on someone else's network, as it is illegal and you can get in lots of trouble for it, even jail time, I've heard. And I hope you have enjoyed